Good morning. It's Phoenix Genesis here in sunny, yet a little chilly Southern California. And I want to talk about what compression sack I recommend for your quilt. Yes, I do recommend that you compress your quilt because two reasons. Number one, you put it in a Nylofoam plastic bag all stuffed in. It's going to bulk out and take up a lot of room. You're going to need a bigger backpack to carry. And not only that, condensation. And you put it in there in plastic and it's going to be cooking in the sun, and it's going to sweat, and it's going to be wet when you go to sleep. So I recommend compressing the quilt. A lot of people say, oh, when you compress your quilt, it's not going to be the same. No, you just got to spend like 5-10 minutes fluffing it out and it's fine. I had still have a 30 degree sleeping bag that is Canadian Goose Down, Lafuma Light Warm Ladies. And it was compressed when we moved here. I forgot for like 4 years, and I took it on the PCT in 2016. I didn't fluff it out, so it was a little cold, and I just had foamy underneath me, and it was like 32 degrees at Lake Morena, so it was a little chilly, but that was only because of campsite placement and grass. It was because I had the foamy underneath. Once I got all that figured out and I fluffed it out, it was nice and warm and toasty on the trail. So let's dive in here. The quilt I'm using is the Revelation. I'm using a 950 fill, which of course compresses better, uses less, you need less feathers to stay warm, 10 degree, and it's a short and it's a slim, and it's 21.70 ounce weight. So this is your key, and it's 10D inside, 10D outside, and it has a draft collar. So the key is this weight. If you're in 20 to say 24 ounce, this compression sack is gonna work out just lovely for you. So here it is. This is made by Sea to Summit. It's an ultra sill compression sack, and it's a 13 liters. So this is 82 grams or 2.9 ounces. Yes, it's more weight. Everyone says don't take stuffed sacks, but it's just part of your sleep system for convenience. And depending how much you want to stuff it, you can fit your down jacket in here as well, especially if you have an ultralight jacket. So this will fit your 10 degree, your 20 degree. It would fit a 0 degree. It depends. Like, I mean, if it's a long and a wide at 850 fill, probably not, but really you don't need a 0 degree bag on the Pacific Crest Trail. The 20 or 10 degree is going to be fine. I took a 40 last year, people, with no fleece and no liner. I just took the 40 degree and I was fine. So yes, you can get away with it. I also left the end of April, and it was in April and May. So here is the compression sack. Eventually these fray around the edges a little, but that's after years of use. Otherwise, they're absolutely fantastic to use. So good morning. So here we are. I'm going to uncompress it now so you can see. And this will fit in nicely in a Palante's 40 liter pack. So that's, again, you won't need to have a giant 65 liter pack if you want to go lighter. The heavier the pack, the more volume it's taking your back, the more the sun's going to beat on it, and you're going to just sweat. So you're going to have to carry more water, and that's going to make your pack heavier. So again, ultralight is about not dying on the trail, yet still comfort's okay. Yes, I'm going to put my foot is clean. I'm going to put my foot on and pull this out with one hand. There we go. You can see it was in there for a few minutes. Not that bad. Here's the sack, and here's this big quilt. Yes, fit in that itty bitty sack. So there it is. Let me back up so you can see my quilt. And then just so you know, this is what a draft collar is. It's just this extra 2 inches of extra loft. Highly recommend having a draft collar. Keeps the drafts out for your quilt, which is important. You know, I have now, well, this will be my 4th Enlightened equipment quilt, and I really prefer the Enigma over the Revelation, because honestly, I'm not going to open it up into a blanket, you know, especially something, if you're needing a 10 degree quilt or a 20 degree quilt, you're needing the foot box closed because it's that cold. I mean, maybe with a 40, but even with my 40, what happens with me when this is, no matter how much this is sealed up, when I stretch out, somehow my foot goes right out that hole, no matter how much I cinch it down. And another thing with it is the zippers are very, very, in order to make these ultralight, the zippers are very flimsy, and they just take too long to zip. So once it's zipped, I don't really like to ever have this unzipped. I only did it because it's easier to compress it if it's, having said that, unzipped. But the zippers are a little fussy on these things, so I prefer the Enigma, and Enigma was the quilt of choice on the Pacific Crest Trail according to the Halfway Anywhere 2023 PCT survey. So anyway, here's your big old quilt, and like I said, you just want to shake it vigorously after you uncompress it, and it'll take a few minutes, but when you're ready to go in there and go to sleep after you have your evening meal or sit around the campfire, it'll be good to go. So that is it. That's the inside of it. Black so dries fast, and orange so I could call for help. If you're worried about stealth camping, I put this inside my bivvy anyway, which is beige, so I can stealth with it. But when I if I needed to be found, I could be found easily. Or if I was sleeping out cowboy camping in a place where someone might step on me, I wouldn't use the bivvy, and I'd have this so I could be more readily seen. So anyway, here is the inside of it, my beautiful quilt. So order your quilt now. It takes a long time to get the quilt. Sorry, I'm not crying, my eyes are watering because it's so cold out here. Order your quilt now because it takes them like 10 weeks. They're getting so popular. It used to be like 4 to 6 weeks. Now it's like 10 weeks. I think I get mine's coming in sometime before, hopefully before I do any test runs and shakedowns on the trail. Anyway, another like month and a half. So that's it. Hope you guys are training. I'm out there working out every day and preparing for the trip. Got my stuff all organized already too, which is really good. See, this got all nice and fluffed out, nice and warm and toasty. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.